Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where I show you Russia from the inside. In today's videos, I will talk a lot and I'm going to talk to you about what I love, what I hate about Russia. Let's get started. We will start with something positive. Positive vibes only, girls. So let's do it. The first thing I adore about Russia is its nature. I think no country in the world has this variety of nature that Russia has. We have everything from deserts to deep forests, waterfalls, lakes, everything is here. And it surprises me a lot. Whenever I go to Russia, I can discover a new place. Russia is huge. Can you imagine? And every time I go to another region of Russia, I explore new things, and it's all about nature. New animals, new flowers, new kind of trees, and that's impressive. That's impressive. So this is the first thing I adore about Russia. And the Russian mountains in my heart. Mountains of Bashkortostan. Here, always. The second thing I adore about Russia is people. People in Russia, they're really kind. And we have this national idea of, getting united when there is trouble times. I don't know how it works. Of course, the problem is that in Russia we don't have a national idea now, something that will unite us. But when something is bad, when something goes wrong, people are always together, they get united. This is what I like about Russian people. And of course, Russian people are really simple and deep inside. They just can accept you and they can help you, even if they have their own problems. I think it's everywhere in the world, and when I traveled around Russia, it was always like this. People are open, especially in the villages. Oh my God, they are ready to welcome you in their house. So people in Russia are really kind and open. This is what I like about it. The third thing that I adore about Russia, and I've already told you about this, it's the space. When people tell me that they can travel from one country to another just in 2 hours, I cannot imagine it to myself, For me, it's not measurable. It takes me 20 hours to go from one city to another city for a weekend, and that's a lot. And the distance between cities and towns in Russia is huge. This is why we don't travel a lot. Probably because if you just go to visit your family, you need to cross 300 kilometers. Yeah, that's pretty intense. But what I like about the space is that it can be yours. For example, my father once told me, he can live in the forest. He was born in the forest, he can live in the forest. Forest is his second home, maybe the first home, because sometimes he can just disappear for a week without connection anywhere in the forest. And he feels okay there. It's his nature. And so he once told me, I asked him if he wanted to live in Europe. He said, no, I wouldn't, because there isn't forest. There isn't my forest. Yes, when I say my forest or our forest, it means that it belongs to no one. So it's people's forest. You can enjoy it and you can use it as you want. I mean, not cut off the trees, but I mean, you can use it for recreation. And this is what I like it. You can go backpacking and you can meet no one in a week in the forest because no people will be around. That's impressive. And so this space, it gives you some freedom. So, we have some parts of Russia that are not inhabited. Still, they are not inhabited because they are really hard to live there. And I cannot imagine what else can I explore in Russia. I just cannot imagine how many places I've never been to in my country. The fourth thing I like in Russia is opportunities. Oh, there aren't many, actually, but there is an opportunity to be heard, even though we have, some problems with hearing government and people, but there is some opportunities. You can open a business, you can start farming. There are many opportunities for young people who desire to do so. So, of course, you can be always pessimistic about the situation and etc., about the war, but life goes on anyway. The war, wars always have been there. It's always like this. But now for my country, it's time of opportunity because we lost everything. Yeah, really, we lost everything. And we do not have everything. And so we need to start again. So it's a great opportunity now for people to start their business, to start something new, something sustainable. And that makes me happy. Now let's talk about things that I hate about Russia. There are some things that I hate about this country. So let me tell you all about it. So, there are always two sides of one medal. So let's describe it. The first thing that I hate about Russia are people. People in Russia are really pessimistic, and I understand why. 100 years, we had quite a lot of revolutions, quite a lot of changes in our governmental system. So yeah, people are really pessimistic. They cannot plan their future. And people poor. People in Russia are really poor, and you can see it in the street. People don't smile, people feel overwhelmed. And in Russia, if you ask, how are you? You just, how are you? People will probably start complaining about their life. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Living in Russia for people is quite hard, and it's harder for them because they are pessimistic. People in Russia like complaining, but they don't like doing something. This is what I don't like about Russia. Too, people are scared. Of course, it's because of propaganda. Of course, it's because of political system that we have here. But people are really, really scared, and they are afraid to show themselves, because of course you can get imprisoned now for showing yourself. But sometimes people are too scared. They prefer not to notice any problems, even if they see them, they prefer to hide themselves and it's not my business, I'm not into it. This is what I don't like about Russian people. The second thing I don't like about Russia is politics. I think you understand why, because of the war is going on, and unfortunately we cannot influence it, because I've got lots of comments about Ukraine and the war. Guys, people in Russia cannot influence it, unfortunately. They tried many times. A lot of people got into prisons. It is not worth it, okay? So yeah, I don't like the way we are going now into the future. No. Before, I don't care what was before. I'm thinking about the future because I will raise my children in the future and I will live in the future myself. And where we're going now, I don't like it. It's not good. It's not good. So I really hope everything will change and we will have the opportunity, to a little bit, to be free a little, not to be scared. Because now the politics for ordinary people are to be scared and not to talk. Once I wrote a really funny song about Putin and the situation before the war. And when I posted it, everybody was like, "Are you sure? You can get into prison, for this." And I knew perfectly that they could knock on my door one day. But I still have the song on my page because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid, actually. So yeah, this is what I don't like about Russia. The third thing I don't like about Russia are the space, actually. Because of the distance, you need a lot of money and time. to travel. For example, if you want to go for a weekend to visit your family in another city, it's quite pricey because tickets for planes are quite pricey in Russia, especially if you need to go to the Asian part. I don't know why, but it all goes from Moscow. So for example, I live in Tyumen, I live close to Asian part, but to go to Vladivostok, for example, I need to go to Moscow and then only I go to Vladivostok. So I need about 50, probably 50,000 rubles, which is about $500. That's a lot, okay? That's a lot for one-way ticket. Yeah, of course, if you are going to the big cities like St. Petersburg, Moscow, or Sochi, you can travel cheap there. Like, tickets are not expensive because it's popular destinations. But if you want to explore some unusual parts of Russia, nah, you better have your car, but you should drive a lot. I remember once we were driving to the seaside with my family from Tyumen to like the European, to the border with Ukraine, and we were driving about 3 days. We drove through 3,000 kilometers, something like this. It was quite a long journey. I didn't enjoy it because it was hot and there were traffic jams all everywhere because we weren't the one smart ass traveling by car in the summer. So yeah, this is what I don't like about it. First of all, it's a huge distance. Second, it's kinda pricey. The first things I don't like about Russia, and this one will be hard to explain in English, but I will try. I don't like the oil economy that we have in Russia. So, you know, oil economy is based on oil and dollars. And nobody's interested in having stable ruble. Of course, it's good if you have your business in dollars. In this case, you have no problems. But for ordinary people, oil and dollars, they are like playing quite worse for ordinary people, because if oil gets higher, probably ruble doesn't get higher because of it, and we're still poor. This is what I hate about it, because there were times 10 years ago when we were on a rise with our oil economy. Of course, it was good, and we spent it all. Like a lot of rich people, they just put all the money, all dollars they got, they did not convert it into rubles. They just put it offshores, like somewhere abroad. And so there isn't money in Russia. And so this is what I hate about it, government isn't focused on building its economy. When I tell, I'm studying Turkish currently, and I tell everybody, Turkish people, that, that ruble is cheaper than Turkish lira. And Turkish lira now is the most unstable currency in the world, probably because of inflation. They're surprised. How is that? But boom, it's like this. So now I'm focusing to have my income in dollars, probably because it's more sustainable, it's stable, and I will not lose it in the oil economy of Russia. Yeah, I hope you got something from this. I'm not an economist. Probably I'm wrong, but this is how I see the world. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. That would be nice. So these are things that I love and I hate about Russia. And probably there are many other things, but I think that's enough for today. If you want me to make a part 2 of this video, please leave a comment down below. Follow my channel for more interesting and fascinating videos about Russian world and culture. And of course, don't forget to like this video. Thanks a lot, have a nice day, and see you in the next video. Bye!